Yo, what's up everyone? This is John with WebDev for you, here to help you build beautiful websites without code in Webflow. Today we're going to go over the Liam Ward Webflow portfolio template found at webdevforyou.com. So this is a great template if you're a photographer, an illustrator, or designer, and you want to showcase your work in a really unique way. So the first thing I'll cover is a quick overview of the template, and then I'll go over how to work with the template and the different features. So the first thing I'll do is give a quick overview of the template. We have the template here in CISI, so we can look at it across multiple devices. So here, if we hover over this slide here, so this template is comprised mostly of a slider that goes through different slides, and the user can click on each slide to go to a specific link or page on your website. So you can link it out to Behance, Dribbble, or Vimeo, or wherever your specific project is located. You could even open it in a lightbox, so it opens right within the website. So here we have the slides, and when we hover, we have this nice subtle animation, and then we can go through each slide, and there's a nice animation as I go through the slides. There's also this About section that opens from the top to the bottom with more information about the author and a nice animation here as well. So all the text is replaceable, all the paragraph, the titles, and the image, and we also have social media icons here as well. So I'll close this here. Let's look at it on an iPad Pro 12.9 inch. So this is in portrait mode and looks good. Nice, and we can view it on landscape. Looks good. Perfect. And then we can look at it on a Galaxy S10 in portrait mode here. So on mobile devices, the user just swipes left or right to go to the different slides. Then we have a Pixel 3. Looks good. So it's very minimal, but it's very effective if you want to showcase particular projects for your site. And then we have an iPhone 11 Pro. Nice. So yeah, all the colors can be changed, all the images, to really match the style of your website. Nice, so that's a quick overview of the template. Next, we'll go into the responsive design of the template. Okay, great. So here I have the template in Webflow, and we can look at the different layouts of the website in Webflow. So right up here, we can see we're on the desktop version. This is what it looks like on desktop. Then we can look at the tablet version. It's a bit smaller, so everything's a bit tighter. And then we have the mobile landscape and mobile portrait. So I can go through on each layout and adjust the styling of the elements on each layout. So in Webflow, the changes cascade down. So whatever changes I make to the desktop will cascade down to tablet and mobile. Whatever changes I make to tablet will only cascade down to mobile landscape and mobile portrait, and so on. So it doesn't cascade up, it cascades down. We can also add larger breakpoints, and these do cascade up. So I can add a 1280, 1440, and 1920 breakpoint. This is a more recent feature in Webflow where we can add larger breakpoints. So the next thing I'll cover is working with the slider and adding new slides. So here we're going to work with the slider. If we go to the navigator here on the left, we can see the structure of the site, and here we have the slider. So if I open up the slider here and I select the mask and open the mask, I can see the different slides in the slider. So as we can see, when I click on each slide, the slide changes. So for the slider, I can select it, I can go to element settings, I can adjust the different properties here, I can change the easing, the duration, to change kind of the animation of the slide. With each slide, I can go in and change the text. So let me select, let's say slide 1, and I can call this new slide. I can change the title. I can work with the paragraph. This is a new paragraph. And I can change the image. So I have some images here that I'm going to go ahead and drop into the assets panel. So I'm just going to click, hold, and drag, place right in there. And I've gotten these images from Unsplash. and looks good. So I have those new images. So now I can replace the image here for the slide. So what's great about this slide is that the images are in an image element, so I can add alternative text. And this works well for screen readers that don't show images. Rather than showing the image, it can show the alternative text to give a better description of the image. So great, so here all I have to do is click replace image, and I can select any image here. I can also give it a specific width and height for the image, and perfect. So just like that, I've changed all the content for the slide. Now if I preview, we can see that slide has been changed and all the animations and effects are applied to the slide. So let's go ahead and add a new slide. Let's say I have another project and I want to add a slide to that project. So within the navigator, I can go ahead to the last slide, hit Command C to copy, and then Command V to paste. And just like that, I have a new slide. So one thing to note when adding a new slide is that you'll want to change the slide numbering. So here we have 6 out of 6. We just added a new slide, so it would be out of 7. So I would just go in to each slide and change the numbering to 7. And slide 1. Nice. So I think that's all of them. 7, and this one is 6. So 7. Okay. So just a quick example of changing that last number to match the number of slides in your project or in the site. Great. So it looks good. We've added a new slide, and nice. So for that last slide, I'll go ahead and also change the number. So this is slide here, so I'll change it to 7 out of 7, and I'll go ahead and change the image as well. Okay, and new project, nice. And just to quickly interject, this is an edit after I'm currently editing the video. I forgot to mention setting the fit properties for the image here in the image element. So here I can select the image. So this is a fairly new feature in Webflow where we can now set the fit option with the image element. So before we could only set fit options for a background image, and now we can do it for the image element as well. So here, rather than fill, for the fit, I'll set it to cover. And this just makes sure that the image doesn't get skewed because in an image element, it usually retains its aspect ratio unless a different fit setting is applied. So here I have it set to cover, so it's set to cover all the available space within the dimensions of the image element. Okay, so that's working with the slider. And after adding a new slide, or if you want to change the links for the slider, you can select the slide in a wrapper. So we can select it down here, or we can go in the navigator and select the slide in a wrapper within the slide. And then here we can go to the element settings, and we can link to a URL, a page section, an email, telephone number, or a file. And we can see it's linked to dribble.com. So we just have to change this to change the external link. Nice. So let's say we want to add a lightbox. We don't want this to go to an external link, but maybe we want to open up a video within a lightbox. So that's very easy. So in Webflow, we'll just go to the slide. Within the slide wrapper, we'll add a lightbox element. So I'll click the plus, go to the lightbox, which is right down here. We've added a lightbox. It comes by default with an image. So I'll go ahead and select the image inside and delete it. So now we just have a lightbox link. So now I'll go into the navigator. I'll place the lightbox link at the top. And then here we can see that this slide in a wrapper is a link block. So if I try to place it in the lightbox, it doesn't work because it's a link. So we have to convert it to a div block prior to adding it to the link block. So here I'll right click and on the slide in a wrapper and say convert to div block. Perfect. So now I can place this inside of the lightbox link. And just like that, if I were to click, let's go to slide 7 and I click, it doesn't open the lightbox because we haven't given it a specific media. So let's go to the lightbox link and then go to element settings and assign it an image. So I'll choose an image and I'll select I'll select the same image here and give it a caption of new image and save. Now I'll preview. I'll go to slide 7 and click, and it opens that image in the lightbox. So we can link out to external links, pages, videos. If I had a Vimeo video, I could link it out to a Vimeo video, and so on. Nice. So that is how to link within a lightbox, and it looks good. So each slide also has an animation or an interaction. So we can select the slide inner wrapper, and we can tell it has an interaction because of this lightning bolt symbol. So after selecting it, I can go to interactions, and I can see the interaction that's been applied here. So this is for the slide wrapper, so that's the zoom in effect. We can see it here, slide text zoom on hover, and slide text zoom out on hover. So I go in, I can check out the different animations that have been applied. I can go ahead and adjust it if I want the animation to be different. And after I'm done, I can click done here. So each slide also has a slide in and a slide out animation. So if we click on the actual slide, we can see the slider animation and adjust the different animations here. So I'll leave a link that talks more about working with interactions in Webflow, but know that the interactions can be accessed from the interactions panel. You can see the timing, the easing, and what animations have been applied to what elements. So we see the hero image wrapper, the paragraph, the slide numbering, and the heading here as well. Looks good. And after I'm done editing, I can click done, and it looks good. So we are affecting classes, and that's why the same animation is applied to each slide. Nice. So that's pretty much it for the slider. The next thing we'll cover is the about section right up here. So we'll cover how to edit this panel. Nice. So to edit the about panel, we'll go to the styles panel here, and let's go to the navigator and select the about block right here. So for the about block, to edit it, we'll go to the position setting where it says absolute here, and here we can see it says negative 100%. So this means that that element is off the canvas and it goes up negative 100%. So here I'll just change it to 0%, and now I have access to the about section. I can edit the text, edit the image. If I wanted to edit the close button, I could, or the about button behind it, I could click on the close button, go to the display setting and set it to none, and now I have access to the about text here. So if I open the navigator, if I wanted to bring that text back, I'll select the nav link text block and set the display setting back to block. I could also hide the about text behind it if I just wanted to edit this closed text here and see it a bit better. So it's just changing the display setting here for this text to be able to edit it, since they're overlapping each other and it's not so easy to see when editing when they're both visible there. We have the social media link, so we can select them, go to element settings and change the link here for the social media. Nice. So that's it for the about block. After we're done editing, we can select the about block again and change the position back to negative 100% from the top to have it go back up. And then we can click about and it comes in and looks good. Nice. So that's it for editing the about block. The next thing I'll cover is interactions. Nice. So I kind of already went over the interactions for the slide. There's a few other interactions, so we can see the nav link text block has an interaction applied to it as well. And this just has a little about animation. So if we look at it, it's hiding specific nav links and bringing certain nav links back in. The about, so if we click here on about, it brings the panel from the top to the bottom, and that's here. So we can, let me select it here, and that should be the about animation. So the about comes in from the top to the bottom. Nice. So we can see the about block here, and then it comes in. Looks good. So that's basically it for interactions. I've already went over the slider interactions. There's an interaction here for the about inner wrapper that we can take a look, and all the interactions are here. Nice. So I'll leave a link to the Webflow University that talks more about interactions. The next thing I'll cover is the style guide and global swatches. So within the template, there's a few other pages. We have a style guide. The style guide just shows what fonts are used within the site. So we have the heading, it's Lato, it has a font weight of 900 and it's 100 pixels. We have a few paragraph styles here as well and some text block styles here. We also have some global swatches. So these are the colors that are used in the template, and it shows where these colors are being applied. So for example, this white smoke is being applied to the paragraph element. So if I were to go into the global swatches, here we can see it says white smoke. I can edit this swatch, go to edit, and I can change the color here for the text. So let's say I change it to something like that, and there we've changed the global swatch. If I go back to the home page, we can see all the text is now that color. So that's the power of global swatches. It's very easy to edit the text across the site. So I'll go ahead and change it back to like this kind of gray color. And now so let's actually select the global swatch, edit, and change the color here. All right, and then save, and perfect. So now if I go to the home page, the color is changed for the text. So you can look at the style guide and see what color is applied to what, and then change the color within the global swatches. There's also the image license page. Most of these images are from Unsplash, and there's the password page, which has also been customized, and the 404 page has also been customized to match the template. So in case a user ends up on a page that doesn't exist, they'll see this 404 page. Looks good. So that's it for the style guide and color usage. The next thing I'll cover is search engine optimization. Okay, so to add search engine optimization, it's fairly simple. We can just go to the home page, click on the edit page settings, and right here we can add a new title to the page. So new title and new description. And this is what will show in the search engine. So Google will crawl this site and will retrieve this title and this description. We can also add Open Graph title and description for Facebook and LinkedIn. And we can add an Open Graph image URL so that the site appears correctly within Facebook and LinkedIn, and other applications like I believe WhatsApp also uses Open Graph. Yeah, and all the site search settings can be found here. And there is the option for custom code if you have a site plan added to the project, or if you have an account plan for your project. There's no custom code for a free account plan. Nice, but yeah, if you have a site plan, you can add custom code. Yeah, so that's it for search engine optimization. The next thing I'll go over is the documentation for the template. Okay, nice. So if I go to webdevforyou.com and I click on the view template here for the Liam Ward, it takes us to the template page. And here we can preview the site, we can preview in the designer, in the Webflow designer, and we can view the documentation. So if I click here, I can take a look at the documentation. It is a PDF, and it does come with the site when the template is purchased. It does come in a zip file, so you can take a look at it here. So within the PDF, it has all the style guides and the color usage. It also goes over how to edit the about block and how to edit the email links within the site. So pretty much everything I've covered, or most of what I've covered, is in the documentation. So it'll be really easy to get up and running with the template right away. Nice. So that's pretty much it for the template. It is the Liam Ward Webflow portfolio template. If you have any questions or need any support with the template, feel free to reach out at templates@webdevforyou.com, and I will get back to you on the template or with support. Nice. So yeah, definitely let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to make these tutorials on how to use the template. It can make a really nice website for like a showcase of projects where the user can go through the slides and view different projects. So that's it for this video tutorial. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video tutorial. Thank you.